Hey everybody, it's Lethal Air. Now, if you're a controller user in Fortnite, today's video might be exactly what you want to hear. Or maybe not. I won't tell you that controller is better, even though I come from playing on PS4, but what I will say is that here you can see me trying to keep this box in view, and it's not the smoothest, it looks a little bit choppy. As soon as we get over to the controller clip though, you can see how it's so much more cinematic and smooth. Now, cinematic won't necessarily win you a game, and I'll admit, it's a really nice perk, but there are actually more benefits to controller than most people realize. If you haven't already left a like on the video, please do that, and just note how nice it is to be able to move at a slow speed, because on mouse and keyboard you have one speed. One of the advantages of being able to match the speed of your target is that it makes it easier for you to aim. In other words, you're basically making up for your right joystick movement with a little bit of the left. Same thing goes for mouse and key. Keyboard players utilize the crouch mechanic a lot more in general. Controller users, not so much. Part of it might be because the joystick is kind of hard to press. The biggest reason though is that they simply don't have to. They can slow down or speed up, and that's all you need. Now, it's really not a deal breaker, because on mouse and key, having the weapon that you need out is actually a lot easier. But we are talking about the benefits of controller, so on to the next topic. Keeping this tree in view on mouse and keyboard is pretty difficult, but on controller you can move where you want to move and still keep an eye on your target. In this area, it completely blows away keyboard simply because, like I said, it's smoother, more cinematic. When you're using controller, you have a larger field of view. You can look 90 degrees to your left and also 90 degrees to your right while you're running in just about a straight line. Like I said, it blows keyboard completely out of the water because, as you can see here in a bit, the keyboard just struggles. And I feel blind after looking at the controller view, and this is something that I really missed about controller. I wish they had a free look button, kind of like they do in the airplanes, but they don't right now. Maybe they'll put it in the future, but at the very moment, controller beats out mouse and keyboard. When it comes to mobility and your field of view, there's nothing you can do on keyboard to match this sort of cinematic smoothness and being able to look 90 degrees to your left or right. Also, when the next generation of Xbox and PlayStation launch, controller users on console will also have 120 frames and better graphics, so I think that the competitive pool for Fortnite and the World Cup qualifiers in general will lean a little bit more towards console players. And I'm not just saying that to get cool points with you guys. I honestly think that Epic Games should separate console and PC competitive lobbies. A lot of people still have Xbox 360 and PS3, and when next gen comes out, not everybody can afford it, so not everyone's gonna have 120 FPS. So Fortnite in its current state isn't fair for anyone. If you only have a $300 console, you shouldn't be forced to compete in lobbies with PC players who have 240 FPS. I am actually excited about next gen though, and I might get a PS5. I just don't play on my PS4 because I can't stand playing on 60 FPS. Watching movies or videos on YouTube is fine. Ultimately, it just depends on what you're doing. Most games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, I can get that frame rate, but in other PC titles like Tomb Raider, The Witcher, Devil May Cry 5, or even Assassin's Creed Origins, there's no way I could get anywhere over 100 in most cases unless I drop the graphics settings and change my resolution. Anyway though, I don't want to get too far off topic. That's pretty much all I had though. At the very least, if you're on controller, you can brag to your keyboard mouse friends and say, "Ha ha, I can do something that you can't." But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comment section. And as always, if you have any ideas for me in the future, if you want a 1v1 or collab, my DMs on Twitter are open. And by the way, I tried really hard to use those strats that were in my previous tutorials. I guess you'll have to stick around to see whether I succeeded or failed. I can tell you that I definitely failed a few times, But most of the time when I died or lost a fight, the build actually helped me to get the high ground. But eventually, even if you're higher up than your opponent, you're gonna have to put yourself in a situation to shoot them. And so yes, I did die a few times. I'm gonna go ahead and show that just to be 100% transparent. But it really helped me out to win a lot of fights, because in the past I've had problems getting high ground. So the fact that I can get high ground most of the time now in pubs is amazing. And for anyone who disagrees, that's okay. Like I said in my previous video, top right corner, if you disagree, that's fine, but at least 1v1 me, and that way I can show you that I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, take it easy. I love you all. I'm out.
They bust me down with the quickness, bro. They ain't care. I'm out of there, bro. It was rough.
Stay thirsty.